I don't run, I don't walk, I don't do exercises, nothing.
Ro had already pre-warned us that it was going to be a tough day.
I'm sort of used to doing a bit of running here, a little bit of walking there.
And we knew we had to do drills on the beach with like a 10 kilo weight on our back.
I normally can't even like run 1 kilometer without losing my breath, and for me to be able to run 4 kilometers with 10 kilos on my back, it's just God.
The team support that came through at that point was just incredible. Everyone was so supportive towards each other. We were talking, we were cheering everyone on, and I found it really hard throughout the program. And teammates that I had, they were the reason that one of the reasons I actually finished.
I was like 38 kilos with this 10 kilo weight on my back, going through the sand, which is difficult in itself, and we had to do these drills, like we had to go back and forth, back and forth.
I hated fasting. The most important thing Roshit said about the fast was that it's submitted to my choice. He said, there are a lot of variables like tea and coffee is allowed. You can use, if you want, you can use sugar or bees honey in the juices. You can use the pulp if you want, but listen to your conscience. So I was like, okay, first day, drank coffee, drank tea, trying to hold it together with it. But then in that freedom of knowing that you can use sugar, you can use sweet like honey or whatever you want to make it taste good, the spirit started speaking, and like it said, okay, this juice don't use sugar, and this juice just water, just now from now on just use the fruits and the water. So it was really amazing how I went through the fast. I wasn't feeling weak, I wasn't feeling tired and having headaches, nothing. It was really easy. I really can't explain how that happened. I just realized like from the start, it has nothing to do with physical activity at all. It's not about how capable you are, how many kilos you can bench press. It was about spirit, it was about kingdom and how the culture of kingdom works. So if you know the culture of kingdom works, one of the main key factors of kingdom is that how submitted you are to your leader, how accountable are you to your leader. So we learned that right on from the first day onwards. We learned that.
And in between, we got sand thrown on us. We had to deal with all of these things.
The middle of the session, Roshit at one point he started throwing sand on us, and I snapped. I completely snapped. I was just like, "Damn this! I'm done!" And I just went. I took my backpack off and sat plonk on the sand.
No, Haz, you can!
Come on, let's go, push! Come on, push! Go! Hurry up! Guys, slow down!
Guys, slow down!
Let's go! Yeah. Go!
And I was just like, I'm not doing this. I'm so done. Like, this is not happening. No one throw sand at me. I'm pissed off with everyone right now.
And that session was like the most offense level to everyone. And at one point I saw Haz, who's my sister, take her 10 kilo bag off and just sat flat on the floor. She was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. You guys just go ahead. And even then you could just see like team build up.
And I'm just there like with my feet crossed, just like looking up at everyone and like thinking, like my flesh was at a peak at that point, spiritually. I was just like, can all of you just shut up? And everyone's just like, no, Haz, we're not leaving you behind, you have got to do this, you've got to do this. And it just really felt like family. It felt like how church should be.
Not just about you, at that point in time, because you have your partner and then you have the group. So you need to make sure that everyone is on the same page, because if one person falls behind, then the whole group kind of falls behind.
we need to get in the water. That's where things got really interesting. The sprints were really hard for me. The sprints was again pushing me. Even I really felt that the sprints were really, pushing that. That was the break. Like it was taking me closer to where I was about to break.
Every one of us were holding our hands. I knew that there was security. I knew that there was support. I knew that these guys and no one's gonna allow me to drown. But I think that the whole anger and the fact that I was pushing my flesh and the fact that everyone else was pushing my flesh sort of made me want to quit at that point. I had so much of grace from Roshit because even though I chose to quit at that point, he gave me grace and asked me if I wanted to come back in.
After doing the sprints, when we got into the water, there was a lot of, I could feel my body, drawing energy from stuff because my system was empty. It was drawing energy from the sand, then from the water, which was like completely new to me. I didn't know like my body could do that, could draw energy from things around me. I felt like it was an upgrade, like something has been unlocked, like it was there already, it has been there for a long time, but this like kind of kicked me, like it started working at once. So
After all our water drills were over, we were asked to lay down flat on the ground and take a breather. And Bro said when he calls up our name, we have to sit up and then he will give us a little bit of a boost.
So keep in mind that we were just on water, no solids, no juices, nothing, just water. Literally, our body now is ready to take anything. It's ready to take even the little amount of food or the little amount of juice it can. Each and every single person individually was asked to stand up and they were given eggs, raw eggs.
Oh my god.
Trust me, you'll need this.
Can I have water?
And everything in me just prayed that it was a hard-boiled egg. And then Bro told me I had to open my mouth and I had to keep it 10 seconds and then swallow when he says. I couldn't hold my first egg because it was gross, so I puked it out.
No, please don't. And I wasn't sure what I was getting into because we had our eyes closed.
Gonna hold for 10, nah? Yeah. Hold for 10. Go. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This was a symbolic sign of how God sometimes comes through to you, but you are too comfortable in your position to take it.
We actually, like, I couldn't say the grace, that was handed to me through that egg. I instead chose to think how stinking it was, how yucky it tasted in my mouth. But I also realized that when you separate it, there's actually a part that tastes just like water in the egg.
So at WOW we have a culture that is really submitted to their leaders. I have learned it the hard way. Not the world has taught me that submission is the better choice. Like the thing that really powered me was being submitted. It's not a bad place after all. Everyone has, there is hope. So that really, motivated me. But actually in my mind, like one of the main things was like, oh, you just gave up. You don't just give up, That was the exact thing going in my mind. Like, if you're submitted, you're not giving up. You go to your leader and say it's too hard. In the submission, you have the blessing. In the submission, you have the strength. Only in the submission, not in a rebellious spirit.
Final drill for the day, and that was running from Mount all the way to Roshit's place, which is in Kote. It's a 9.3 kilometer run, and I have never run at all in my life. Not even like 1 kilometer in a stretch.
Bro told us we're running from this point to this point, and I remember thinking that's not possible for me to do. I wasn't giving up. I thought I'm going to run as much as I can run, but in my mind I thought I'm never going to make it to the end.
Everyone runs in a pack. No one leaves anyone behind. Partners are like, death do us part.
Me and my partner, the two of us were the ones who were slowest from the entire group, and we were actually finding it really hard. We kept goals, so we started from the beach, and then we thought, okay, we're going to run to the top of College Road. So we ran there, and then from there we said, okay, now let's run to the Hibala Junction. So from there we ran to the Hibala Junction, and it was all good.
Almost ran, I think, around 3.5 kilometers or so. I ran from Mount to Karagampitiya.
So we kept running, and close to Anderson Road was the exact point where that was it. I gave up. That was it. I'm out of juice. Exactly in that point, Roshit said these words. He said, okay, stop running for yourself. He said, stop running for yourself. Start running for others. You want a breakthrough. You want a breakthrough in your family. You want a breakthrough in work. You want this certain person to come into wow. Okay, start running for them now. Don't run about yourself anymore. We're actually more connected to God than before. In that place of, there is no more me, there is no more my energy. What's that exact place where you're like, pray for others, pray for others. I mean, we start praying for others, the more energy we're getting. That was the switching point. I think for me, that was the point it switched. Right then and there, like, pray for others. My side pain went. My body aches, like my thighs were hurting. Lungs were like about to burst. Those didn't matter anymore. It's not like my side pain actually left, but my legs and my lungs and all that didn't matter anymore. It was separated. Like, I felt like it was separated. I felt like it was a choice, exactly like a choice. So from there it switched, and then I realized, oh my God, there is this other power. There is this other power. My body is just running. My body is just running. It's not stopping.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this, because I wasn't tired, I wasn't panting, I wasn't breathless. There was nothing, and so in my mind I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then Dylan said, I can't believe I'm doing this, and I was like, yeah, exactly. Like, and he was like, are you tired? Are you panting? And I was like, no, like, there's nothing. And it was amazing because I felt like my respiratory system, everything, it just like opened up. I felt like I was breathing for the first time.
I loved the run because every time we reached a destination, I felt there was something that just didn't allow me to stop. It wasn't like any of the other drills. Like, I had much more connection, my head was much more clearer, and I felt his presence much more. Every time we thought, okay, we were going to stop at this point, there was something that was happening with my feet, with my body, with my spirit that just allowed us to reach another milestone.
Session 3, almost at the end. These guys are almost breaking the men's Power Ranger record. Awesome. Nuts has already broken the girls' record. Yeah. They're going to finish it. Moses parted the water. So can we. Promise Jesus. Thank you.
After I chose, okay, I was like, okay, God, you just keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to get in the way. And that's just what he did. I just kept running. No, it's not like the other guy didn't shut up. He was coming and telling me again and again. Oh, you can't do this. You're going to stop this halfway. Oh, now this road, I know the rules, so I know how far it is. So it will say, oh, now at this bend you're done. Oh, at this hill you're done. You won't be able to. But it was not a problem for me because I was dead to it. I wasn't doing anything. My body was just running. So even if a doubt came, it has no power because it's from me.
I think it was about the last 300 meters. There's like a Keels on that road. And when I got there, something in my mind said, you know, if you keep going, you're exhausted. If you keep going, you're going to die. And I thought to myself, I'm going to do it anyway.
Same guy who says, oh, your lungs are hurting, oh, your body is hurting, you are out of energy, oh, there's a side pain, your liver is dehydrated, you need water. You can't do this without water, you can't do this without food. That's the same guy who tells you you can't succeed in life. That's the same exact guy who tells you, oh, that new business is not going to take off. This is wrong, this certain thing is wrong. It's not the market, there's no people to buy it, the economy is in recession. That's the same guy who says you can't. That's the same guy who tells you you can't run 9 kilometers. So it was, after that, it was a breeze. I just kept running. I actually, it's not me, my body just kept running. And Rose said a very important thing, pain plus Holy Spirit is energy. So the more pain it gave me, I was like, more Holy Spirit, more energy.
When I entered PR, I really wanted to get my business registered and, you know, like get shop spaces and stuff like that, but I never physically took the step to actually go and do it. The way I saw it was every time when someone says your business is going to open up, I see it as new customers, new work sort of stuff. And then first session was over, second session was over, third session came, third session finished, and I just woke up the next day in the morning and I told my mom, Ma, we need to go and register. And I always wanted to, but I never stepped out to actually even go and get the papers to physically doing what we did until day 3 and pushing limits made me lose that fear of, you know what, if I get the papers and if I register, I had a fear in me that it wasn't going to work out, and I hadn't even tested it out yet. And physically doing what I did through the 3 sessions made me realize, like, I'm tough, and I'm tough because of him, and I can do everything through him who strengthens me.
When we are almost there, Rose said, keep your hearts right. Don't get proud. If you get proud, we're not doing this. You need to stop from here. If your hearts are right, you can finish it. So we kept our hearts right, you know, we praise God because absolutely it's not me. It is God. It is not me, 100% not me. So we kept our hearts right, and at the end, for me, the most important thing was that